Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm starting a new series where I'm going to put two lightweight discs head to head. This time we have the crank, which is in Z Lite plastic, versus the Octane, which is in Fission Lite plastic. All right, which one's going to be the better one? Let's go find out. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The crank and the Octane in Fission plastic have very similar numbers. The numbers on the crank are 13.5, -2, 2, and then the numbers on the Octane in Fission plastic are 13.5, -1.5, 2. Now both of these are in lightweight plastic. The crank here is 158 grams, whereas the Octane here is 165 grams. I know they're not exactly the same, but we're gonna go test these out. Let's see how they fly. All right, first off, we're gonna start with the Octane. Now this one's beat in a little bit, so it's gonna probably act a little bit more understable than a brand new one. Let's see how this one flies. Wow, laser beam short, tiny bit of turn to it. Nice fade at the end. Holy cow. Wow, that thing crushed, went nice and dead straight. I'm loving that disc. All right, now the crank admittedly has a little bit more dome to it. It is lightweight plastic, so it does have a little bit of a poppy top to it compared to the Fission Octane, which is more flat top. All right, let's see how this crank flies. Oh, very similar flight. Holy cow. Now, since that crank is a little bit lighter weight, I felt like that was able to glide a little bit further just because it's not as heavy, but we're gonna go see which one went the furthest. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I love Fission plastic distance drivers from MVP. This Fission Octane is beautiful, flies great, but I don't have a lot of experience with the Z Lite plastic. I gotta say, came out really clean, and I felt like it got a little bit extra glide just because it's a tiny bit lighter and it's got that nice dome on it. If you don't know, usually domey discs have extra glide, but we're gonna see if there's any difference in the distances. Well, both of these went the exact same distance, no lie. These things both crushed. Here you can see kind of the difference between flat top, and then this one's got just a little bit extra dome at the top of it. We're gonna see if that really matters, but we saw both of them pretty much being flown dead straight, pushed really far dead straight, a little bit of a fade at the end. Now, let's try these on a little bit of an anhyzer, see if we can get more of like a flex line out of it. Octane up first. All right, did not give it a lot of anhyzer. I was a little worried it would flip too much over, but yeah, we got some good flex line out of that, but it still had enough stability to kind of come back. All right, let's see how the crank does. All right, that's kind of what I thought was gonna happen. Now keep in mind that crank is 10 grams lighter, so it's not really gonna handle, once it gets turned over, being able to fight back out of it. So Fission, a little bit heavier, a little bit more stable. So we're gonna give the advantage to the Fission Octane on this one. All right, both of these have been performing pretty good. Like I said, this Fission might have a little bit more stability, mainly because of the weight difference, but let's try these on forehand. All right, let's go Fission up first. Getting a little turn out of it, keeping it straight, pushing far past the basket, love it. All right, now let's go with the crank. Oh, very similar flight. All right. Okay, on that one, I gotta say, they're flying almost identical. Well, we've done several angles with both of these. We're getting pretty consistent results with both of them. Gotta say the anhyzer might be the only one that was a little bit off, and that might have been down to the angle I put it on, but we're gonna close out by doing one more angle, which should be kind of fun with these. We're gonna put them on a hyzer. We're gonna see how they flip up. Let's go. All right, final shot, which is one of my favorite shots, especially with a disc that's slightly flippy. We're gonna put it on a hyzer, see if we can get it to flip up and end up near that basket. All right, let's go with the Fission Octane first. Oh, great flip up to flat. Pushing Past the basket. Oh my gosh, that thing crushed. Guys, I'm really loving this FISSION Octane. I might need to get my hands on some more of these. All right, let's see how the crank does. It might have the advantage of going further with this dome on it. Let's find out. Oh, just ace it. Holy cow, that one crushed too. We're pushing that 400 mark, which isn't surprising because a good flippy disc that's a distance driver, especially 13 speed, if I can get it to flip up to flat, it should be pushing that 400 mark every time. Wow. Whether you're a Discraft fan, MVP fan, or you're just looking for a crusher, can't go wrong with either of these. All right, guys. Well, both of these went the exact same distance past the basket, about 75 feet. Like I said, we were about 325, 330-ish. So that definitely put us over the 4 bill mark with these discs. Like I said, if I get a flippy disc that's a 13 speed and can put it on a hyzer and flip up to flat, that's the best way that I can get over 400. And both of these did the trick. I gotta say, crank and FISSION Octane, very comparable. I mean, there wasn't a lot of difference between the two. Like I said, even though this was about 10 grams lighter, it still flew almost exactly the same as the FISSION. I gotta say, maybe on an anhyzer, it could get a little bit more squirrely. That's gonna have to do with the fact that it's a little bit more domey and lighter. Once it gets turned over, it's just a lot harder to fight back. Whereas this guy, a little bit more flap top and a little bit heavier. So it's able to kind of fight out of that anhyzer a little better. Well, if you're looking to get any discs like this crank or other discs, head on over to Disc Golf Deals USA. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I got some more lightweight discs that I'm going to do head to head. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Until I see you next time. Peace out.